Now we're going to talk about the end. A-N-D. Select star from EMP. What if I said, show me everybody who is a clerk and makes more than $1,000? Now listen closely. Clerk and makes more than $1,000. So give me their names, their salaries, and their job. So select E-name, job, sal from EMP. Let me hit enter. Where what? Well, and whenever you say and, that means two separate conditions must be true. So where job, it is not case sensitive, but let me just do where job equals clerk. As you know, this part is case sensitive. Where job equals clerk, I'll hit enter. And where sal, I think I said greater than 1,000. All right, let's analyze this. Select E-name, job, sal from EMP where what? Where this is true and where this is true. And as you can see, only the clerks who make more than $1,000. Now I'm going to do that on one line. Select E-name, job, sal from EMP where job equals caps quote clerk and sal greater than 1,000. Semicolon enter. So this right here is the exact same thing as this. So if you want to take a moment to stare at it, hit the pause button, stare at it. It's the exact same thing. Where job equals clerk. Now had I put the semicolon after job equals clerk, we would have got all the clerks. I think there's 4 of them, and we would have got the other ones. But we said where job equals clerk, not only the fact that they're a clerk, but also the ones that make more than 1,000. So this is about the AND operator. So what if I said, show me all the clerks that make less than 1,000? Select E-name, job, sal from EMP, where job equals clerk. And sal less than 1,000. Now we're going to get the other 2 because I think there's only 4 clerks in this table. Smith and James are clerks that make less than 1,000. Adams and Miller are clerks that make more than 1,000. This is about the AND operator. You're combining 2 separate things. You're combining 2 separate conditions, and both need to be true. All right. So if we do select star from EMP, what if I said, give me all the managers that make more than $3,000? The president's making $5,000. So the president says, I want to know the managers who are making more than $3,000. So managers making more than $3,000, that says where job equals manager and salary greater than $3,000. Select E-name. And let's say he or she wants to see the hire date as well. So select E-name, job, sal, hire date. I want to see these 4 things about managers that make more than 3,000. So where job equals manager. And just for the record, we can combine some things. We can do where job like M-A-N. And remember the percentage sign? Where job like man and sal greater than 3,000. Where job like, I guess I made a mistake there. Where job like man percent. Let me stick to what we're talking about here. Where job equals man. Oh, so the problem wasn't with that. Select E-name, job, sal, hire date from EMP. Oh, I didn't put the word where. That's the problem. So let me go back to my first example. Where no row selected. So it did work. So ignore the like for a second. I was just trying to combine what we learned. Let's see how many managers make more than 2,000. Since there's none that make more than 3,000, select E-name, job, sal, hire date from EMP, where job equals manager and sal greater than 2,000. I think I said 2,000. So 3 managers make more than 2,000. I I believe all of them make more than 2,000. So let's say we wanted to know how many managers make more than 2,500. Hypothetically, I want to know how many managers make more than 2,500. I just want to know their names and salaries. So ename, comma, sal, and of course the job from EMP, where job equals manager and sal is greater than 2,500. Only two of them. Now this is only a 14-row table. It's more of a test table, a training table, but you get the point. We're selecting the name, the salary, and the job from this table where both of these conditions must be true. And. All right. Job has to be manager and the salary has to be greater than 2,500. What if I said or? If I said or, that's another operator, then we're going to get those that are managers or those that make 2,500, more than 2,500. So let's play around with that and look at the search results and see what happens. From EMP, where job equals manager or sal is greater than 2,500. Notice we see non-managers in the results. So they all have to be making, where job equals manager, they all have to be making 2,500, or they can be a manager. So let's look one at a time here. This person is a manager and they're making more than 2,500. Manager, more than 2,500. Manager, less than 2,500. Because both of these do not have to be true. One or the other has to be true. Look at this one. This person is making more than 2,500, but they're not a manager. This person's making more than 2,500. They're not a manager. Same thing here, not a manager. So in this case, the salary got Scott, King, and Ford. These three individuals, Scott, King, and Ford. The salary portion of the select statement got these three in the table in the search results. And in these managers, the manager requirement, the job requirement in the where clause got these individuals in the table. But only two of them satisfied both of them, as we see when we did end. Jones and Blake are the only two who are managers and also make more than 2,500. But this was not an and, this was an or. Up here, if I said, show me everybody who's a manager and makes more than 2,500, these are the only two results. These are the only two individuals that satisfy that query. But when we say or, you better believe these two are going to definitely be in the or. If you can make it in the and, you're definitely going to make it in the or. So these two satisfy both of these conditions. Remember, where we need to satisfy the job equals manager and satisfy the fact that you make more than 2,500. Here we're saying or, just one or the other. Just give me one or the other, or the other. So if you're going to satisfy both of these conditions, you better believe you're going to satisfy at least one of these, because or means satisfy the fact that you're a manager or your salary is greater than 2,500. All right, so let's clear screen. Let's do select star from EMP. Let's say I want to see everybody who makes more than $2,000 and was hired in 1981. So give me their names and hire dates and salaries. So select ename, comma, sal, comma, hire date. I want to know everybody's salary who makes more than, I think I said, let's switch it up. Who was hired in 1981 and makes more than 2,000? From EMP, where hire date, like, remember like, percentage sign, 81, and sal greater than 2,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people were hired in 81 and make more than 2,000. So let's say the current year is 1985. So we're looking for people who worked 4 years, 4 separate years. So if it's currently 1985, those who were hired in 81 have been here 4 years. So we want to make sure that everybody who's been here 4 years or more are making more than $2,000. So they say, okay, let me see who's been here since 81 and makes more than 2,000. Okay, good. These people are getting paid accordingly, how based on the market or whatever. However, management uses this data. Your job as a DBA is just to get the data translated from English language into SQL. The English language is, hey, give me everybody who's been here. Show me everybody who makes more than 2,000 who's also been here since 81. That's English language. SQL language is select ename, sal, hire date, blah, 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 blah. All right. So what if I change the and into an or? Let's try that. Up arrow. Change that to an or. Now we have 11 rows because it's or. It's less stringent. The requirements are not as strict to be included in the output. Here the requirements are strict because of the word and. We need both of these conditions to be true. Here it's or, and we need only one or the other to be true. Both can be true. So Jones, if Jones is in the less, if Jones got into the output of the more strict requirements, then you better believe Jones will also be in the output of the less strict environment, the less strict SQL statement. So these people were hired in 81. This person was hired in 87, but they make more than 2,000. Or, either or, and both of these have to be satisfied. So I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but I'm just trying to do a lot of repetition so it makes sense. Let's see. Star from EMP. All right. Now, I want to know how many analysts make less than 3,000. All right. So I want to make sure. Now, let's just say, well, Anna, see, I can eyeball it and see they have 3,000. Let's say I didn't know it was 3,000. I want to know how many analysts make less than 3,000. Because 3,000, since that job description of analyst is so intense, I want to make sure all my analysts make more than 3,000. So if somebody came to you and said, hey, show me all the names of the people who are analysts making less than 3,000. Analyst, less than 3,000. Analyst, less than 3,000. So that's job equals analyst and salary less than 3,000. Let's say I want to see their names and their salaries and their hire dates. You know what? Let's do select star. Show me everything from the table about that condition. So select star from EMP. I want to see all the columns, not just the E name, the salary. Select star from EMP, where job equals analyst and sal is less than 3,000. No row selected. So if the HR department said, hey, we want to make sure all our analysts are making more than 3,000, this is the statement that's going to see, okay, who's not getting paid enough? Who is not getting paid enough? And let's say you want to see how much the analysts are making. Then you can say, let's say greater than. If nothing is in the less than, let's see greater than. Job equals analyst and select star for me. Let me see one thing real quick. The analysts are making exactly 3,000. That's why they didn't come into the less than or greater than. It should be less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. But the point is, this is about the AND operator, where this and this are true, where this and this are true. So think English to SQL, English to SQL. In English, it says, show me all the analysts that make less than $3,000. This is the SQL statement. Select star from EMP, or select ename from EMP, or select salary and ename from EMP, or select star from EMP, where job equals this and salary and whatever salary condition you're looking for here. If it's or, it's going to be this or that. So you're going to have a lot more results, a lot more rows in the search results. All right, so that's the AND operator.